subject turn 3. Like you said, it was 4 over on the backstretch. Before he got to turn number 3, we saw something happen. Mario Andretti in car number 21.
Chasing tail Bobby. Very much. Thank you.
Yellow's out his subject turn 3. Thank you. Cooper Jr. moves around Mario Andretti and comes leading down that hill, but Mario stays in contact.
This is Mario Andretti. Like any good racer, he buys his time and then overtakes.
One, two.
Hey, Mr. Smiley Face, breezing into town. Shiny, happy people seem to follow you around. Kiss a couple babies, slap a couple backs. Man, that ain't how it plays on this side of the tracks. Nobody gives a damn about your fancy clothes. It won't be very long till everybody knows.
This is Wine Nation TV. We're here today with a living legend, Mario Andretti, the greatest race car driver in the history of the sport. How are you doing today, Mario?
I'm wonderful, Ricardo. You're very kind with that comment.
Well, it's absolutely true. I mean, you've done everything from whether it was sports cars, sprint cars, stock cars, Indy 500, Daytona 500, Formula One, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You've won pretty much everything. Is there any goal that you set for yourself that you haven't achieved?
Well, in motor racing, I think I was very fortunate. I set some very ambitious goals for myself very early on, and you know, with just the hope and hard work and focus, and I was, you know, lucky enough to achieve pretty much what I set out to achieve. The versatility side of my business is what I really enjoy most, and that is moving from discipline to discipline and be able to win as well. That I derive just the ultimate satisfaction from that. And again, you know, in a sport that, especially in the 60s, 70s, was a lot more dangerous than today. To be able to just even survive that after, you know, I've done right at 900 races in my life. Again, you know, the man upstairs, I think, kind of liked me somewhere along the way, but and because of that, I was able to again achieve pretty much what I set out to achieve.
How did you actually get started racing cars?
Just I came over from Italy with family in 1955. I was 15 years old. Twin brother Aldo and I had the same idea. We started working on building a car. 4 years later, 19, the car was finished. We started racing and never looked back. In fact, Aldo drove the first race because we had one car, 2 drivers, and he won the very first race that we entered, and things went on really well. He wasn't so fortunate. That's why I appreciate what I have. He actually had an almost fatal accident at the very last race of the season that year, and then he resumed his career after a sabbatical of a year, and then 10 years later he had another one that pretty much ended his career. So as you can see, it's not a given. I was the lucky one, but that's how we started. We started on our own, and but my career just continued, and again, I was just blessed.
You were so versatile in your ability to race so many different kinds of cars. That's rare for the sport, isn't it?
It's somewhat rare, and that's what really attracted me to it, because I drew a lot of inspiration from the likes of Dan Gurney, A.J. Foyt, Pernelli Jones, individuals that really could just get into just about any kind of car and succeed. And I said, you know, to specialize in just one category is one thing, and I think that's tough enough. But to try to have a taste at the other side, see how they're playing in their sandbox, and try to win their game, well, that's the ultimate satisfaction.
Well, you did so tremendously at everything. Was there a particular car, though, or kind of car that you liked to race better than another?
Well, my specialty ultimately was single-seaters, open-wheel cars, which is really the thoroughbred, and that's really what I concentrated on. Ultimately, those are the even though I won championship in IROC, and in sports cars, but open-wheel single-seaters really was my cup of tea.
You have a website, MarioAndretti.com, which is the most amazing website I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's just a spectacular website. It really has your whole life history. It also has some nice Italian operatic music. And tell me a little bit about, do you have a love for music also?
Oh, of course. I think everyone should love music of some kind. And I was introduced to opera when I was very, very young. We lived, and this is a long story, but we lived in Tuscany, in Lucca, but in a refugee camp. We were in a refugee camp, as a result of the war for 7 years. And my dad was getting some jobs as an extra when the opera season would come on for the Teatro Gigli. And after Beniamino Gigli, and used to get these, used to get tickets, for his family to go, and as kids we would attend these operas, and I think anyone from any age can appreciate that music.
So the appreciation came at a young age.
At a very young age.
Yeah, the site is, I recommend to all of the viewers of Wine Nation TV to go to that site, and also the Andretti Winery site, and we'll put those up at the end of our show. I guess, when did you first get an interest in wine?
Well, the real interest in exploring and trying to really appreciate wine the proper way came later on in life for me. I was probably in my late 20s, and when I started traveling the world, I became curious. Many countries of the world produce fine wines, and I wanted to taste and compare. And that's how I really sort of developed my own taste for these wines, and I always thought that wine is essential to the enjoyment of a meal. I don't think a meal can be complete without wine. Our family, because of our background, we had wine on our table when I was a child. Right. And did I prefer that? No, not exactly. I said this a million times. I would have preferred a soda pop, or something sweeter. But anyway, it was there, and I didn't have that appreciation until later on, as I said. And that just continued. My curiosity continued. Wine tasting and wine appreciation is a work in progress. It can be there for the rest of your life to enjoy and continue exploring.
Yeah? She doesn't. Is that okay?
Sure.
Just like black?
Oh.
Black's good. Thank you.
I think you get a tattoo.
I know, I think I might. Cool. Thanks, Mario. Thank you. God, we're in the middle of a vineyard.